Hey folks, see Rachana Ranade here, and I welcome you all to a very important live stream. Right now, I'm sure everyone knows that we are almost going to begin our Q1 journey. So Q1 journey basically started on the 1st of April, and now the results of Q4. Q4 is from January 2022. This Q4 will be January 2022 to March 2022, right? So generally, everyone knows that IT companies are the first ones who declare their quarterly results. In fact, now in line we'll get TCS, Infosys, and all these big companies will start coming up with their quarterly results. In fact, today only I read a news about TCS quarterly results. I am going to talk about that. But I saw something in the entire IT sector, and because I believe that on our channel till date, we have focused more on the bullish side. We have talked about I believe that this sector is going up, la la la. But this is the first time maybe I'm going to talk about something wherein I believe that there is some bearishness that I can see right now, not only on the charts, but also based on fundamental analysis. And that is the reason why I thought that I should be telling you not only bullish views that I'm bullish on this stock, I feel this will go up or whatever, but I should also be telling you my view on a specific stock or a specific sector. Okay. Uh, could you all have different opinions? Could you feel so? If you've read the title, the title says that selling in IT stocks. So is my view bearish? Do I believe that the entire IT sector may go on a downside? So for that, what I would want to do is I would quickly want to share my screen, and first I'll tell you what the general opinion is. Okay, so I am just sharing my screen, and this is where I'm sure you'll be able to see that what is your view on the IT sector. That is what I had posted in the evening only. I had posted this. What is your view on IT sector? And 74% are bullish, 26% are bearish. Okay, that is the view out of almost 2.3 thousand votes. Majority are like bullish view we have on the entire IT sector. Okay, now is my view bullish? So my answer is no. I have a bearish view on the IT sector. Why? I will talk about from the fundamental angle as well as technical angle. Okay, so I don't want anyone to ask about other stocks. This is not our stocks and news live stream. Okay, uh, this is our specific IT stocks based live stream. So I want everyone to focus on what my thought process about the entire ITs and why it is so. Okay, so as usual, this is not going to be any recommendation that you have to do this, do that. But as always, I put forth my analysis. Okay. Some people can believe in my analysis, some people can very well disagree with my analysis. Choice is yours, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to share my analysis with you. And I'm going to first of all share my screen so that I can give you a base why I believe that something might go south for the entire IT sector. Okay. Now just have a look at this. This is entire CNX IT, entire IT sector. If you have seen this, the IT sector has run up. Acha, this is monthly time frame. Okay, so this is about almost March 2020. So I've taken a 2 year time frame. March 2020 low was 11,090. Which, don't ask me which stock. This is not any stock. This is entire IT sector. So like you have Bank Nifty, correct? You have Nifty IT also. So this chart that you can see is of the entire IT sector. You can just type out Nifty IT and you will get this chart on TradingView, right? So what is this lower end? Lower end was at 11,000, and the upper end you can see here in on 3rd of January, it is 39,472. Okay, from the lower end of 11,090, this has already gone up to 39,399. Now you might be like, "Arey ma'am, this is March 2020, na? So this is the lowest point." Acha, let's check how much Nifty has gone. So by the way, Nifty IT from 11,000 to 38,000 something. So this will be like what? This will be 3.5 times. Okay, 3.5 times. Acha, this is what? 7,500. And 7,500 into 3 will be 22,500. Correct? And where are we? 17,530. So I hope you're understanding that Nifty normal Nifty 50 is up barely 2.25 times, and this is up almost 3.5 times. Okay, 3.5x. So could it just go on and on and on forever? I don't think so. Now this is a monthly time frame, and in the monthly time frame, you can see. I want you all to focus. I'm just uh, zooming this in. Watch this candle, December candle, and watch the January candle. Okay, this January candle has engulfed the December candle. And those who have done my technical analysis class, I have taught this in the class that if you see a bearish engulfing candle at the top point of the uptrend, there is a great chance that it can go downward. Correct? And same thing at the lower end, if you have a bullish engulfing candle at the end of a downstream, there is a great chance that it will go up. So first, when did I see this coming? Maybe this was like an early sign, January, when we saw that there's a big bearish engulfing candle here. Okay, number one. What is the scenario for April? In April, as compared to the March highs, March high was somewhere around 36,710. The close was also 36,317. And from there, we are already down to 34,379. And if this goes below 33,787, so what, barely 500, 600 points down from here, this month's candle would have almost engulfed the previous month's candle. Okay. Plus, one more thing, if you see here, just have a look at this carefully. Okay, these candles, monthly candles, September, October, November, 3 months candles back to back. There has been such immense selling when this entire index is going upwards. It's going upwards, tremendous selling pressure, and it closes on a downward side. Second, same. Third month, same. 3 months back to back, there was continuous selling pressure. Next month, it did sustain above that, but then zap again back to this. So this is the level. If you can see here, this was the closing, this was the open point. Again, this was the closing. So if I check here, this was the one. This is the level where somewhere a resistance was being made. Then similar level candles, and now this has been broken. So this could be an early sign of the potential downfall that we may see in the IT sector. Acha, has this 3x, 3.5x happened for the very first time? So for that, what we'll do, we'll go back to 2008. Okay. Was there a similar 3.5x growth? Let's have a look at this. Okay. How much was this? Low March 2009 was around 2066. Okay. Entire IT sector, lowest point, 2066. What is the highest point? 7,495. So this is also almost 3.5, whatever we are seeing right now, very similar to that, from 2000 to 7,000 plus. Okay, so this also we saw in how many months? March 2009 is the starting point. March 2009, let me repeat. And here it is December 2009. So almost again similar 2 years time frame. This is what had happened earlier in 2008 also. Now have a look at this. From December 2010, it is so much in sideways trend till here. And which is this? July 2013. I'm repeating. This is December 10. So we can say, let's say start of 2011. January 2011. And this candle, where it has come back to normalcy, to the original point, is July 2013. So entire 2011, entire 2012, and half of 2013, till then it was complete sideways. Are you getting my point? Yes, this is in the 2008 point where it saw a similar run up, three times, 3.5 times run up. Okay, again one more quick 6,000 to 12,000, double, and then again sideways. So if you see here, a very similar pattern has been seen in the past. The moment it goes 2x, 3x, 3.5x, you see a consolidation, you see a sideways journey. This is about technicals. Acha, what about the MACD? Here you can see MACD. There's a great chance that we might see an MACD bearish crossover in this month also possible, or maybe in the coming month. If you see the histograms, the weakness is just kicking up. I can say weakness is increasing, or I can say the strength. Green bars generally indicate strength. The strength, you can see this green color and light green color. More and more light green, more and more histogram is going down. It is showing signs of weakness. It's fading out. The strength is fading out. So please understand 2-3 important points that we discussed right now. Number one, we talked about this run up 3.5x. Has this happened in the past? We checked in 2008. We also checked one more where we saw 2.5x rally, and then it was a sideways trend for almost 2.5 years. Could this go in a similar way? Okay, but then why would this happen? Is there any reason why so this is technical analysis, any fundamental analysis. Now you might say that, okay, war scenario, this, that. How can IT sector has got nothing to do with war scenario. How can IT sector get impacted because of this? The very first point that I saw when I was reading this article, this is last month's article. Okay, so me and my team, we have been following this IT sector for a long time, almost 3-4 weeks. We are just observing this, and then I'm making this live stream. So don't be of the opinion that आज देख लिया कुछ and live stream कर दिया. It never happens. Okay, we try to do in-depth analysis. We try to test our hypothesis, whether whatever we are analyzing it is correct or not. Okay, so when we read this for the first time, this is 22nd March, Accenture's flat profit margins have a cautionary message for IT investors. And what does it mention? Costs for Accenture are rising at a brisk pace, limiting the gains from price hikes. So what has happened? If you can see here, this is Q1 FY21, Q2 FY21, Q3, Q4. Here you can see that the margins, profit margins are more or less similar. And in fact, Q2 FY22 it has gone down also. And what does this say? That this is happening in spite of, I had read it somewhere, that in spite of some good revenue growth. This article also mentioned about, see, of course, despite the slow improvement, accent altitude, was it was talking about revenue growth as well, if I'm not mistaken. Revenue, yes. So here you can see there is a revenue rise. Profit margins for the global IT service major were unchanged in the quarter ended February 2022 from a year ago, despite a 28% rise in the CC growth. CC revenue growth, constant currency revenue growth. Okay, I will talk about this constant currency revenue growth in my fundamental analysis lecture series, which is starting on 15th of April. So, अचानक से निकल गया 50, no, not 15, 14, sorry, 14, 15, 16, 17, 4 days live batch in Pune. And if you just check out my website, rachanaranade.com, here, once you visit the website, you'll immediately get a pop-up notification. Ideally, yes. And here, it's a classroom session, live session. And in this, I'm going to talk about so many sectors, including IT sector, and wherein I will be talking about all these terms, something like constant currency growth in absolute detail, right? So if you want to enroll for this live batch in Pune, just visit my website, rachanaranade.com. Coming back to our discussion, here what are we seeing? 28% rise in growth, in constant currency growth. And still, where is the profit? Profit is almost more or less similar. In fact, it is a shade lower. Why? This is mainly because of inflation. And in inflation, they are saying that the Accenture, including other IT services, are facing input cost pressures. Inflation, exceptional salary hikes is one of the reason. Shortage of talent, another reason. In fact, the pressure will be felt by Indian IT companies, is what they are mentioning. Okay, so when did this article come up? This was in the month of March. And in the month of March, they are saying the pressure will be felt by Indian IT companies who will release earnings April onwards. Okay, now today, after I read this article today, again there is one more article, April 12th, that is today. Okay, and April 12th today at 4 p.m. this article has been released. And this one says that India's largest IT service provider, Tata Consultancy Services, kick-started the March quarter 4 earnings season on a positive note. Okay. Constant currency growth revenue came in 14.3% over the year ago quarter, and order inflows jumped 23%. So revenue growth 14% and order inflows jumped 23%. Good, not bad at all. But then if you just go down, and here if you see, however, now read this. TCS warns profit margins may turn volatile or face pressure in the near term, reflecting wage cost inflation. Now, if you see your Accenture, this was where it was given pressure will be felt by Indian IT companies also. This is March. This is March 22nd. And this one that I'm talking about is today's today's article, April 12th. And here same thing is given, that they also believe that there is a they'll face pressure. TCS warns that profit margins may turn volatile or face pressure in the near term, reflecting wage cost inflation. Okay, so what are they saying? This is constraining, read this, this is constraining earnings upgrades and needs careful tracking by investors. They are also saying that be careful about this. A warning, read this, a warning by the industry leader on costs warrants caution. Now, I hope I hope you have understood where my entire pain point was. Why I was saying that, Ari, please have a look at this. When I read this, I felt that, oh my god, this is something that I really need to share with my viewers. Uh, I believe that it's something that generally people believe that a war scenario or a similar scenario just can't impact. It's impossible that it will impact an IT sector as such. But has it impacted the IT sector? And I believe yes. Could there be a possibility that maybe, again, understand, maybe once the results come up, because revenue growth is good, maybe we can see some spike. Okay, TCS might show some spike, Infi might show some spike. But once the details sink in, that, oh, profit margins are going down, costs are increasing, inflation is getting is drilling down an impact on a severe note, then there could be chances that yes, there is a possibility that IT sector might also be under pressure. Okay, so uh, I hope you have understood my logic. I hope you have understood my thought process. Why I am saying that I believe that IT stocks, IT sector as a whole might see some sort of selling. In fact, I do have stocks in my portfolio. So what I'm going to do, I'm not just going to sell them off right away, but yes, I am going to do covered calls for that. Okay, what are covered calls? For those who have done my futures and options course, it means that if I have some stock in my portfolio, against that I will be selling calls of higher strike price. OTM calls I will be selling. Okay, this is a little bit technical, to be honest. So if you have done my course on futures and options, you will be able to understand what do I mean by shorting OTM calls. I have already started doing that, and I will be selling a few more calls in the IT space as well. Did you find some logic in my analysis? Do you agree with my logic? I want answers in yes or no, because this is the first time I have done such a live stream wherein I'm talking about a specific sector only. I did talk about the sectoral technical analysis. I did talk about certain fundamental analysis only based on a specific sector, not on the entire Nifty as such. And why I thought of doing a community tab post when I talked about entire. I mean, what do you feel? IT sector will go up or down, bullish or bearish? And where 75% of the people said bullish, I'm like, oh my god, should I really put forth my analysis or not? But then I thought I will place ahead what my analysis is. Uh, Let people decide whether you agree with my analysis or not. And I think many people are saying yes, agreed. One or two people are saying yeah, kind of agreed. Is margin going to continue for margin squeeze going to continue for long term? I believe yes, for 1 or 2 quarters the squeeze in the profit margins might be very much evident, is what I really believe. So everyone be cautious on the IT sector. Does it mean that sell whatever you have in your portfolio? Answer is no, but be cautious. Sometimes what happens, you have bought some IT stock at, let us say, this level, at 100 level, just as an example. Okay, let's say I'm talking about Infosys for that matter. Okay, and assume that Infosys you have bought just whatever few days ago or few months ago, whatever is the case. We have bought it somewhere around, let us say, 1800. Okay, and assume that it goes down to 1700. You believe that, shall I average? It goes to 1600. You believe, shall I average? I believe this is not the market for immediate averaging. For 100 rupees averaging, I don't feel so right now. I see a bigger correction coming up. So that is the reason why I thought that I should tell this. I am not going to average any of my IT stocks right now. In fact, as I mentioned, I'm going to do covered call at upper positions. Okay, so I'm glad that I was, able to do this short live stream. As I mentioned, this is not a stocks and news live stream, so entire focus is only and only on IT sector. I want you all to put your questions, if you still have any questions about IT sector, in the comment section. Me and my team, we would love to, reply to all the key comments. Uh, why we feel that this entire IT sector might face some pressure. We would love to, reply to your comments as well. Uh, Me and my team, we have put up analysis for three sectors, and one of them is IT sector. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to do a separate live stream on these other two sectors also. But then one more sector will only be for pro investor members, right? Because pro investor members also should feel that, we are getting something extra. Of course, stock of the month has been already announced today itself. Go to the community tab post. Stock of the month for April has been announced. It will be releasing somewhere around 18th to 20th, most probably on 20th of this month. So don't worry on this month stock of the month. It will be released around 20th. And one more additional live stream for pro investor members this month will be another sectoral analysis like I did right now for IT. So I hope you will love that as well. Uh, quick oh my god, I should portray this quickly before I end today's stream. And I can't see here in, अरे यार हाँ, wait, नहीं 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 नहीं, yes, and I did find it. क्या बात है? Shreya says that I'm 12 years old and I've been following you from 1 year. It's my dream to meet you, and I've registered for your FA 2.0. क्या बात है? I just read I'm 12 years old, and I thought of reading out this comment because this fact itself, being 12 years old and you are following me, wow, gives me such an amazing feeling. And you have registered for my fundamental analysis course. क्या बात है श्रेय? I am looking forward to meet you. Amazing. So great, good to hear that. So I hope you have enjoyed this short session about IT sectoral analysis. If you have loved it, don't forget to share it with your friends. Don't forget to put your comments if you have any doubts about this one. And I hope you enjoy such small live streams in the coming few days as well. One quick question by Ashwin is, if IT sector goes down, can we expect consumer durables to perform better? Depends. For that, let us see how it performs. In fact, that is also one of my sectoral analysis that I'm doing, right? Anil says, which part of Pune course will be conducted? It will be conducted in the city area only. Pet area is what we call. Okay. Chalo. I think that is it from our side. Once you register, you will get the detailed address as well. Don't worry. I hope you enjoyed this. Till then, take care. Jai Hind and bye-bye.